Gates Adams here on behalf of Apex Trader Funding, and I'm here today with Trader Jared. Jared, I've had the opportunity to interview a couple of times like this. I've actually had the opportunity to have him on the Trader Bacon Show, where he shared some of his insights and his success, and he's back again as a paid funded trader. So what's been going on since the last time we had a chance to speak?
For me, honestly, I've had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of trading highs and trading lows, and just working my way through the program of maintaining my PA accounts for as long as possible.
Well, you bring up something that I guess a lot of people don't really like to talk about. You can be successful as a trader and you can still experience the slumps. You can still experience the mindset issues, the psychology issues, the blowing up accounts, whatever the case may be. What's it been like for you as far as going from the level of success that you had to basically finding your way back out of that pit and getting back to where you are again today?
I think for me, again, the psychology of it is the factor. Oversizing and overtrading being the two specific rules that I break. The key for me to maintaining it is, set up the trade and then don't touch it. Let the trade work. Win, lose, or draw. Note the setup, and really just track it. So I've been working on, improving my journaling, taking screenshots, kind of writing out what I was thinking, and really trying to, out of all the setups I have, whittle down to the 1, 2, or maybe 3 core setups that are working for me and ignoring everything else. And so a good example for me would be, I really struggled not taking a trade. So, looking at 2024, there hasn't been a day I haven't sat in the office and executed a trade. And I think it's really important for me to kind of take note of that, no matter what's happening, I'm finding a setup, and that might not be the best thing to maintain a long-term successful trading career.
Well, they often say that day trading doesn't mean you have to trade every day. And I think that this is something that a lot of traders really fight with. Everybody calls it FOMO, but that's just such a dismissive word for something that we experience in a real way. And it's not just hey, I might miss out on something. There can be this compulsion. It's hard. It's hard to fight back when you think, hey, I may miss this opportunity if I don't take this particular one. And it's a good reminder that there's multiple trades a day in most cases. And even if there's not, I'd rather not trade than take a $2 or $3 or $500 hit because I took a trade I shouldn't have been in. As you've been coming back up, and obviously you have been successful in doing so, how have you battled this within yourself?
Yeah, that's a great question. So one of the things just looking at my previous trades, I set up a new rule for myself that I do not take a trade in the first 15 minutes of the New York Open. And what I found wasn't so much that I was unprofitable in the first 15 minutes, but what happened to my trades in the first 15 minutes had a profound effect on the rest of my day. Obviously, everybody knows how volatile the Open is, the New York session. And if I was going into the trade and it was successful, I'd always usually kind of start to taper, and I kind of like, okay, your day's already done. But if I lost the first couple trades in that first 15 minutes, it was like, here I am coming in 2 hours before doing all this prep work, and I've kind of shot myself in the foot within the first 15 minutes. Right. And so I either, I do allow myself, if I really like the setup, I will trade a micro, but I will never trade a mini in the first 15 minutes. And then ideally I would have an evaluation going, because you cannot really have enough of those going anyways, that I would, focus on, okay, if I'm going to take this trade, let's take it in the evaluation. And then if I lose, I can say, well, at least it was just an evaluation. But if I win, it gives me confidence that I'm seeing the market for what it is. And then, after the 15-minute kind of timeout, then I can kind of come in. And so I've been tinkering with that, and I find that helps me not go on kind of a tangent, or, as some people would call it, going on tilt.
Right.
That if that first trade doesn't work right away, I'm like, wow, it was even if it, like, the worst thing I guess for me was watch a trade, get stopped out and then do exactly what I wanted to, but because of the volatility,
Right.
I didn't have the risk appropriate amount. So that's definitely one of the best things I've found is, just being able to look at it yourself and be honest and say, hey, you can make money here, but it's not the best money for you because it creates too many potential pitfalls if it doesn't work out.
Well, and I think if anything else, it's also an exercise in restraint, which is something that we need to exercise as traders on a consistent basis. And so if you just have this one rule, you stick to it, you're creating that habit of sticking to a rule. I think that this absolutely benefits the long-term game. Now that you're back on the upside, getting a new payout and everything like that, how do you feel about, the last bit of time where you were struggling, where we all go through these same ups and downs? I mean, is it worth it?
Yeah, for me it absolutely is. I've had a lot of success trading futures, and there's something I love about the fact that I can trade 20 accounts at once.
Right.
And I think, sometimes maybe I am watching maybe the, Facebook group or something and seeing the $40,000 payouts, and I'm like, I need that. And really what it is, I begin to kind of chase something that's not there. Mm-hmm. And so for me, just kind of accepting that, like, even if somebody I would say is not as good a trader as me might have a really big payout, you don't really see the full lens of what goes on in a trader's life. A lot of people will share the highs and ignore the lows, and you really need to just kind of go at your own pace, focus on what you do well, focus on the types of trades that work well for you, and just ignore everything else. Take it day by day, week by week, and try to have more green days than red days.
It really is just a mirror of social media, and it just, you throw those highlights up. Yes, people love to hear that kind of stuff, but I love and appreciate the fact that you're sharing some of the challenges and the struggles, because we all face them. And as I've said many times, trading is a lonely business. A lot of times we just basically spend time with more monitors than we do people. Typically, we forget that everything that we're going through, somebody else is going through or has gone through and has overcome. And I've said that I think the only thing that a trader really needs to be successful is time, and that's why I'm so grateful for Apex Trader Funding and the ability to not just have to basically take my one shot at my savings account. And I can do this indefinitely until I get there. And right. I know that a lot of other traders feel the same way. And at the end of the day, yeah, those ups and downs are going to happen. They're going to be frustrating, and they're probably going to have more of an effect on your future trading than just that moment. But being able to get past that and see yourself rise again from those challenges, the phoenix from the ashes, if you want to use a metaphor, right? It happens over and over and over again, and that's just the nature of trading. And man, I appreciate you sharing that experience with us and some insight into basically how to handle it and move forward.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the update. I love catching up, after the fact and seeing where things are going. I know we'll have a chance to catch up again here in a few more months and see what things are looking like.
Absolutely.
All right, Jared. I appreciate you, man.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Take care.